Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome home. Oh, I hope there's not gonna be so much glare in my glasses. I'm popping back on here. It's so weird. I'm starting to get not addicted, but like allured to filming in front of the camera and just talking in front of the camera, like to the camera, to you guys. I don't know. I'm starting to get like the itch to do it. Like, everything I want to say, I just want to talk to someone and like say these things, but I don't want to bombard the people in my life with my random thoughts. Maybe someone out there wants to listen. Speaking of talking, I'm thinking about how important communication is. I've been learning so much about communication from work. My manager has taught me so much about communication. I remember my first ever time I was in Egypt. I have so many stories I should tell you guys about Egypt, but the CEO of the company I was working for told me, "You're very quiet, and that's good sometimes, but you need to talk more. You should speak more." And ever since that day, my life has changed. I talk so much now. I speak a lot more now. I just wanted to come on here and talk about how much I've learned about communication and how important it is. And not just speaking, but like eye contact, attentiveness, presence, energy, interest, curiosity, like all of it is just so important. True engagement, being reactive. Yeah, I feel like it could be the current political climate. It could be people's past experiences. I remember one of our family friends told me that people don't communicate when they feel they're misunderstood. And a lot of my life, yes, I have felt somewhat misunderstood just because I think I am somewhat different. I don't know if you guys have seen like the banner for my YouTube channel, but I put like just a girl, but also underneath I put not of your kind, because I've always felt somewhat misunderstood and like unknown, even to myself, not just from other people. I think that somehow there's a lack of communication, like honest and true and helpful and fruitful communication going on a lot of the times. Definitely in my life with my loved ones, or when I'm walking outside, or with even here on my YouTube channel, like I've been struggling to have comments or like people really like send in reactions or like respond. Some of my friends are like that. Sometimes I have to wait days and days for a response. Like even some of my family relationships, like I don't talk to the people, or the people I care about don't really like talk to me, or we don't have as much communication. Does that mean the love is lost? No. Does that mean people aren't there? No. But I do think that communication, like healthy communication and interaction, really creates space for like amazing things and opportunities to come up that wouldn't otherwise be there. But I really value communication more than I ever have before. Yeah, so I just wanted to come on here and talk about it a bit. On the other side, I do have really great communication with people, my loved ones, friends, family, unknowns, people on the internet. I've had good communication, bad communication, and because of that contrast in a lot of my relationships of good communication and bad, I understand just how fruitful communication really is. Again, I mean the verbal, the nonverbal, all of it. Even giving a gift is communication. One of my best friends that I've known for like 5 years, we literally don't even have a common language. She speaks Arabic and I speak English, and she understands me when I speak to her and I understand her when she speaks to me, but we don't speak each other's languages, and we're not from each other's cultures. I'm a woman from New York who grew up traveling the world and like now lives in Austin, Texas, and she is from a suburb of Cairo, and she's in Egypt, and she's never left Egypt in her entire life. Like, she's probably one of the best relationships I have right now in my life. And so I don't think communication really relies heavily on a common language. I was just thinking that to myself, like, how important is a common language for the efficiency of communication? And I think it falls pretty low. I think you can really have great relationships and great communication with, this is gonna sound a little edgy, but vibes, with presence, with true love. Like, if you truly love someone, they will feel that. If you truly care about someone, they will feel that regardless of the things that you do. I think if you really actually have those feelings for them, it will be communicated naturally. I'm eating these. These are so good. A little ASMR. Bismillah. That is delicious. But yeah, I gotta stop saying but yeah. The thing is, it's my thinking word that I no longer want to say, but yeah. I'm one of those people who talk to themselves a lot in my head and outside. I know some of my siblings do that. Like, I've seen people in my family do that, like, while I'm there. I usually don't talk to myself in front of people, but yeah, sometimes I talk to myself. I'm talking to myself now, low-key, but honestly, this is intentional for other people to see. But sometimes when I'm on my own, I just, like, chatter in my head and I chatter on my own. Because I have so many thoughts and, like, understandings of things constantly, and I'm just like thinking about what happened in the past, thinking about what happens in the future. I always have a lot to say. I hope one day, inshallah, I'll have people to communicate with, like, fully, because I always feel like I'm giving parts of myself in my relationships. Like, they accommodate parts of me but not all of me, and that kind of makes me a bit compartmentalized in my life, and I want to be fully realized. I wonder what I'm really looking for in life. I do wonder what I'm really looking for in my relationships, because I do feel like there's a lot missing recently. And I don't know if it's because I'm growing out of my relationships, or if it's because I'm just not good at communication on my own, or if there's something I'm not seeing. But it's not that the people around me, that I don't love them or they're not good people or anything. Total opposite. Great people. I think I have really great friends and family and loved ones, and I work with great people, and I've been exposed to great people all my life, but alhamdulillah. But I do feel like a yearning for something great, and maybe it's my future, maybe it's me, maybe it's motivation to keep me searching and curious and growing and elevating. Hopefully, I hope I'm elevating and not deteriorating. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I just wanted to hop on here and talk about communication a little bit. I want to say that, like, when you communicate, or when I started communicating, it's so important to say I instead of you or we. When I started communicating, I noticed my life became so full. And I remember this quote that Timothy Chalamet, I was watching an Instagram reel, and I saw Timothy Chalamet and Zendaya were doing a little interview, sit down, and Timothy said, life comes through you, not at you. I 100% believe that. I think life really does come through you, and so you have to communicate and you have to express yourself for you to really live out your full journey. I feel like depressed when I don't speak, or when I don't have good communication, or like when I'm not speaking my mind, my thoughts, my feelings. I do feel like some sort of depression, like a lack of life and energy. I hope everyone, that's my prayer, is that people become really great communicators. I think we create pathways when we communicate. When we open communication, we create pathways for all of our connections to form, and beautiful connections to form. I hope we are becoming a society that isn't afraid of words, that sees that words are fruitful and they're not something to be afraid of. Even if they're negative, they're not something to be afraid of, but they're something that allow us to see truth, and come closer to our creator and closer to our meaning and our purpose. Another thing I really want to do is like become better at speaking to God, because I always feel like I have to speak to God in a specific way. And I remember I was at this masjid event once, and there was like a young girl there who was the daughter of the imam, and she was like saying how she spoke to God for like 20 minutes, just like that, like as if she was yapping. And I was like, that's so beautiful. Like, the fact that she feels ease in speaking to God freely. And I always kind of try and be like a perfectionist when I speak to God, because I want to make sure I'm respectful and I say the right things and I'm honest and I'm sincere. But like, I'm also human and I'm flawed, and he created us perfectly with our flaws, or with our full selves. And so I'm meant to speak to God just being my full self. I don't have to be like the perfected version of myself, and he takes you as you are and loves you as you are. I think I need to keep that in mind a lot more as I continue to improve, hopefully, in my life with communication, that I will see more doors open and like see more, just the more beauty in life. I feel like the more I communicate, the more beautiful life becomes. So yes, that was my little rant about communication. I don't know if I'm going to start posting every day or what. So far, it's been 2 days straight, and I think this is going to be my third if I get this up on time. Thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for checking out my channel. I don't know, I'm starting to really enjoy filming. Also, I think I'm being more candid in my filming. I'm not being so calculated. I used to plan so much with my filming. And that's why it's taken me so long to film, because I'm like, oh my God, I have to be so on point and make sure everything is like straight, and the lighting and the background and the ideas and the concepts and the show this and show that. But maybe just chit-chatting in front of the camera is chill. I've been trying to invest in my YouTube, and I feel like I've made a lot of mistakes because I kind of messed with the algorithm by like pushing a lot of my content, and in a certain way that's just like really not good. But I hope that I can become better in it, because I do enjoy filming. And I want to get a camera, I want to get a DJI. I really want to get a DJI because I think it films really beautifully. And yeah. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. If you've come through and watched this video, I hope it was helpful for you, interesting, and that you've had a really, 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 really beautiful day. If you take anything from this, I hope it is that you're inspired to communicate more, to speak well, but also speak honestly and speak with integrity, with respect, and with the open heart, and that more beautiful connections are made in your life because of it. I'm gonna finish my chips and come back to you guys soon. People always say to me, they're like, Hafiza, you should smile more. I grew up with like teeth that were coming out like that, okay? I had to get braces. I kind of taught myself not to smile for the longest. Here's a smile.